Do you know that just keeping your money in the wrong place at home can be enough to drain your wealth, scatter your fortune, and trap your life in a never-ending cycle of financial struggle? It might sound hard to believe, but in Feng Shui, the location where you store your money directly affects the flow of financial energy in your household. Some places may seem harmless, but they quietly swallow your luck, causing your money to lie dormant, stop multiplying, and even attract trouble and loss. It is no coincidence that wealthy families and those who understand Feng Shui are always cautious about where they place their wallets, safes, or even just a small stack of cash. In today's video, I am going to share with you 5 places where you should absolutely never keep money spots that could keep you stuck in poverty without even realizing why. More importantly, I will reveal practical alternatives to help keep your money not only safe, but also growing, attracting more wealth and good fortune. Before we dive in, leave a comment below with a positive affirmation for yourself, like "I open the flow of wealth" or "I constantly attract abundance." And do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you will not miss any real-world Feng Shui and ancient spiritual tips. Now, before we get into the 5 forbidden spots, let's take a moment to understand the Feng Shui principle behind it all, because only by grasping the root can you truly know how to store your money the right way, ensuring a steady and prosperous flow of wealth. In Feng Shui, ancient wisdom teaches that every space in your home carries a specific type of energy, just like every person has a unique aura, and every piece of land holds its own spirit. Some areas are bright and airy, filled with vibrant energy, while others are dark and damp, holding heavy, stagnant energy. This contrast directly affects the items you place in those spaces, especially money. Money is not just paper or metal. It is a symbol of yang energy, a moving force that sustains your household, opens up opportunities, and attracts blessings. That is why money should be kept in places filled with light stability and harmonious airflow. When money sits in a space full of positive energy, it is like it comes alive. It multiplies easily and attracts more luck. On the other hand, if you unknowingly stash your money in damp, dark corners or areas with unstable energy, it becomes difficult to retain. Worse, it might even turn into a burden. The energy of scarcity and lack will cling to it, leading to lost wealth, missed chances, and possibly even stress and anxiety in your life. In other words, putting money in the wrong spot is like shutting off your own financial flow. Now that we understand the principle, the big question is, where exactly in your home should you never store money? Let me reveal to you the 5 most dangerous places people often keep money without realizing the harm they are doing. Number 1. Under your pillow or mattress. We often say that sleep is the time when the body rests and recharges its energy, and the pillow or mattress symbolizes stillness, rest, and a complete halt in movement. If you place money right under there from a Feng Shui perspective, you are essentially forcing your money to join in that still dormant state. As I mentioned earlier, money is yang energy. It is a flow that needs movement, light, and circulation in order to grow and attract more opportunities. When you place it in an environment filled with yin energy and stagnation, that flow is suppressed. The money goes to sleep and loses its power to generate wealth. Storing money under your pillow can also trigger another problem: subconscious anxiety. Even if you think you are doing it to feel secure, deep in your subconscious, you are actually sending the message, "My money is in danger." That sense of alertness and the need to protect it will prevent you from fully relaxing. Your sleep will suffer, and mentally you may start to develop vague financial worries. Over time, this tension can grow, leading to poor decisions, impulsive spending, and a foggy mindset when it comes to managing money. And there is more. When money lies directly under your pillow or inside the mattress, it is extremely close to your head while you sleep. The financial energy field starts to seep into your dreams, often resulting in restless, anxiety-filled nights. Some people even report having repeated dreams about losing money, getting robbed, or feeling broke, without any clear reason, completely unaware that the real cause is the way they store their money. From an energetic standpoint, keeping money too close to your head and heart, the emotional centers of the body makes you more likely to spend impulsively. Emotional decision-making overrules logic. A late-night impulse, buy a midnight scroll, leading to a sudden purchase, or draining your wallet just because a friend invited you out. All of it can stem from this imbalance between your mindset and your money due to poor placement. Ancient wisdom once said, "Money should be seen but not exposed, near but not in motion." In other words, the best place to keep money should be discreet enough to be safe, open enough to allow energy to circulate, and far enough from your emotional center to preserve peace of mind. But when you stash it under your pillow, you are basically laying your money wide open right next to your brain, the command center of your entire life. That not only blocks financial flow, but also destabilizes your inner calm. Number 2. Near the stove or cooking area. In the home, the kitchen is more than just a place for cooking. It is considered the heart of the household. It is where fire, heat, and transformation occur, where raw ingredients become nourishing meals. But because it holds powerful fire energy, the kitchen is one of the worst places to store money. In Feng Shui, fire overcomes metal, and money symbolizes metal energy. If you keep your money near the stove, the fire does more than just symbolically burn away its positive energy. Over time, it leads to financial loss and leakage. To put it simply, money is like paper, and the stove is fire. No matter how careful you are, the combination just does not work. Eventually, it becomes a case of money comes in, but quickly goes out. The kitchen is also filled with smoke, grease, steam, and high temperatures. These elements make the environment around the stove heavy, sticky, and energetically unbalanced. If your money is placed in that zone, it is not only at risk of physical damage, but also absorbs that chaotic energy, making it harder for wealth to grow and more likely for opportunities to burn away. On a psychological level, storing money near the kitchen can unknowingly encourage impulsive spending habits. The kitchen is tied to fire, which represents speed and explosive energy. When that influence seeps into your subconscious, you may begin to spend hastily without thinking things through. That leads to poor financial management. There are people who earn a lot, but still end up short every month. Why? Because they cannot control their spending. This is a subtle but destructive example of fire-burning money. Traditionally in Feng Shui, the kitchen represents protection and abundance for the family. But placing money there creates a clash between two opposing energies, weakening the function of both. That is why many families who store small bills or envelopes in a kitchen drawer or next to spice containers often find their finances draining away. Even when money comes in, it never stays. Number 3. Near bills or debt-related documents. One of the most common habits in many households today is keeping money in the same place as utility bills, loan agreements, debt statements, or even collection notices. A lot of people think this is convenient. When a bill is due, the money is right there. But in applied Feng Shui, this is one of the clearest examples of attaching money to negative energy. Think about it. Every bill or debt note carries a certain vibrational frequency, one of lack, obligation, and financial pressure. When you put your money right next to these papers, you are unintentionally programming your money with a message. Money exists only to pay off debt. It is meant to disappear. And once that idea is planted, no matter how much you earn your money, will vanish just as quickly. It will not grow. It will not stay. That is why some people make good money, yet are always broke by the end of the month. They constantly feel like they do not have enough. What they do not realize is that the energetic message has already been coded into the place where they store their cash. What's more, keeping money next to debt papers also reinforces the emotional link between money and anxiety. Every time you open that drawer and see an overdue utility bill or a debt reminder, your mind immediately interacts with the energy of stress. At that moment, the money in your hand no longer represents freedom or opportunity. It becomes a lifeline for problems. Over time, this puts you in a passive financial cycle where you are always reacting to issues instead of building, saving, or expanding. Number 4. Inside old clothes or forgotten pockets. Have you ever gone through your old wardrobe and suddenly found a few crumpled bills in the pocket of last winter's coat or a pair of jeans you have not worn in ages? That little surprise might feel fun, like finding an unexpected gift. But in terms of Feng Shui and energetic flow, it is actually a red flag that you are treating money with a lack of respect, and that mindset could be quietly blocking your financial growth. As I have emphasized many times, money is a symbol of yang energy. It represents movement, flow, and circulating prosperity. When you leave it inside a pocket that is no longer in use, hidden in clothes that are forgotten in the back of your closet, you are placing your financial energy into a space that is disconnected from life, disconnected from the present moment. That energy is stagnant, forgotten, and no longer alive. Not only does this make your money fall asleep, it also slows down your entire financial momentum, making it harder for your wealth to grow compared to others. On top of that, storing money in old pockets also reflects carelessness, and being careless with money is essentially being careless with your own abundance. There is an old saying, "Money does not walk away on its own, but it will leave those who do not know how to keep it." When you treat money as something that can be left behind, crumpled up, buried in clothes, or covered in dust, your subconscious is sending out a very clear signal. Money is not that important. And as with all things in life, what you do not value will not stay. That is why some people always find themselves stuck in a strange financial limbo. They can earn, but they cannot save. They have opportunities, but they slip through their fingers. Often, it is not due to lack of skill, but because they unconsciously treat money as something disposable, something they can take or leave. And money, like a loyal friend, will drift away if you ignore it or fail to take care of it. What's more, keeping money in old pockets, places you no longer check or control, also leads to unexplained losses. You may constantly feel short on cash, or that your expenses are oddly out of balance without knowing why. Number 5. In dark corners or tightly closed wardrobes. In Feng Shui, any space that lacks light is considered to be filled with yin energy. Many people think storing money in dark corners, locked drawers, or buried deep inside closets is the safest option. But the truth is, these are the exact places where money goes to sleep, gets forgotten, and loses its ability to multiply or attract abundance. Money symbolizes yang energy that thrives on light and circulation. When you hide it away in the dark, you cut off that positive flow. Instead of vibrant yang energy, it is replaced with heavy, stagnant yin energy. It is like planting a seed in the ground, but giving it no sunlight. It will just sit there, never sprouting. Money works the same way. When it sits too long in a dark, hidden space, it becomes dead money, no longer moving, no longer activating prosperous energy. And when your money is out of sight in a dark corner, it is easy to forget it even exists. Unused money that never circulates is like water trapped in a sealed jar. It becomes stale and stagnant. Over time, this can lead to a financial sense of being stuck, even if you technically have savings. That is why some people may have money set aside, but still constantly feel like they are lacking. It is because their wealth is locked away in the wrong place. On a deeper psychological level, hiding money in the dark can also create an atmosphere of fear and insecurity. Your subconscious registers that you need to hide your wealth deeply because you are afraid of losing it. And that fear, in turn, attracts more lack and scarcity. In other words, the more tightly you hide your money, the more your prosperity energy gets trapped. Now that you know the 5 places you must absolutely avoid, the more important question is, where should you store your money to keep it safe, and also activate a flow of wealth and abundance? Let me show you right now. Number 1. A safe in your home office. In Feng Shui, a safe is considered one of the most powerful symbols for storing wealth. It is no coincidence that most wealthy families and successful entrepreneurs have a personal safe in their homes. More importantly, the placement of the safe matters. When positioned correctly according to Feng Shui principles, the safe becomes a center of yang energy that powerfully attracts and holds wealth. The home office is the ideal location for a safe because it is a space associated with thinking creativity and financial decisions. When money is placed in an environment filled with movement, brightness, and focused on growth, the flow of financial energy becomes more dynamic and sustainable. It is a perfect blend of wealth energy and intellectual energy, allowing you not only to protect your money, but also to grow it wisely. One key rule is that your safe should be placed in a discreet location, but not in complete darkness. Ideally, it should be positioned diagonally across from the room's entrance. This area is known as the wealth spot in Feng Shui. This setup makes the safe easy to observe, while ensuring that the financial energy is not scattered. Also, the door of the safe should open inward, never directly facing the main entrance to prevent wealth from flowing out. To further boost the financial energy of your safe, many Feng Shui experts recommend placing auspicious items inside or on top of it, such as a quartz, crystal sphere, a pixiu, a mythical creature symbolizing wealth, or a 3-legged toad. These objects act like guardians, both protecting and amplifying the flow of prosperity within. Number 2. A private drawer with soft lighting. Not everyone has the space or means to install a safe in their home office. For many families, a dedicated drawer, if chosen and prepared properly, can also be an effective place to store money, especially when Feng Shui principles are applied. In Feng Shui, light plays a crucial role in activating yang energy, helping financial energy stay awake and alive. So if you choose to use a drawer, make sure it is clean, separate from clutter, and not mixed with bills or random objects. Most importantly, you should add a soft source of light. This could be natural daylight during the day, or a small lamp with gentle lighting at night. Why does light matter? Because light awakens money and helps maintain the circulation of its energy. A dark, cramped drawer can trap your money, blocking its flow and eventually leading to financial stagnation. Think of money like a seed. If you place it in a clean, bright space, it will sprout and grow. But if you hide it in the dark and damp, it will sleep and slowly lose its vitality. Also, this drawer should be placed somewhere discreet, away from the gaze of visitors. This is not just a matter of physical safety, it helps protect the inner energy of the money itself. A small tip that many wealthy individuals swear by: place in this drawer the largest denomination of currency you have, along with 1 or 2 auspicious items, such as a dried Bodhi leaf, a symbolic gold ingot, or a piece of quartz crystal. These items represent abundance and help activate a stronger current of prosperity. As you can see, storing money is not just about finding a safe place. It is truly an art connected to Feng Shui and the energy of life itself. When stored carelessly, money can become stagnant, lost, or simply disappear. But when placed in the right environment, like a safe in your office or a well-lit drawer, your money does not just stay protected. It becomes energized, vibrant, and increasingly abundant. The most important thing to remember is this: money is yang energy. It needs light stability and just the right amount of privacy. When you respect your money and take care of where it is stored, that energy will return the favor, bringing you more luck, more opportunities, and more wealth. Now take a look around your home. Where are you keeping your money? Have you unknowingly been using one of the 5 forbidden spots I shared earlier? Leave a comment below and share your experience. And do not forget to affirm something positive for yourself, such as, "I open the flow of abundance," or "money always finds its way to me." If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because in the upcoming videos, I will be sharing more ancient Feng Shui and spiritual secrets to help you not only avoid misfortune, but also unlock a path to wealth, peace, and lasting happiness.